Hello again and welcome to another Harvest Plus tutorial. Here we will cover in detail the steps and procedures that Harvest Plus Finance, either Washington, D.C. or Cali, Columbia, will follow to receive an accountant's copy transfer file, a .qbx, from the field, convert it to an accountant's copy working file, a .qba, and prepare a transmission file back to the field, a .qby, for integration into the company working file, a .qbw, at the local office that prepared the original accountant's copy file. While it may seem a bit complicated when first heard, the activities involved are really quite simple. Take a look at the file flowchart on the screen, and I believe you'll see the operations involved are actually quite simple and logical. You see here that each local office prepares an accountant's copy transfer file, the .qbx, which is transmitted to the central office, either directly or by uploading the file to SharePoint. Once Central Finance receives the file, it is converted to a file format that can be used to make changes and corrections. That file is called the Accountant's Copy Working File, or .qba. Once the changes and corrections have been made, Central Finance sends the file back to the field office in a highly condensed format, the .qby file, which is received at the field office, uploaded to their system, which then automatically updates the field office working company file, the .qbw. During the period of time from the creation of the .qbx until the restoration of the .qby, the field office is restricted to entering or changing data that is dated after the dividing date. While Central Finance can only make changes and adjustments to the accountant's copy working file, the .qba, that have dates on or before the dividing date. In that way, the field office is able to reintegrate all of the changes made into their company working file, the .qbw, without concern that data will be corrupted. Good. Now that we have that out of the way, let's go through the example of the actual process. I previously prepared a .qbx and saved it to my desktop. You will likely download a .qbx file from either SharePoint or from some other source and save it to a convenient place on your computer or network. Let's, for this example, assume you have it saved to your desktop. The file we are going to use is called Harvest Plus Tutorial QuickBooks Accountant Transfer File. You have QuickBooks open on your computer and should see a screen similar to the one shown here. You can either select the large green selection button labeled Open or Restore an Existing Company, which brings you to the selection box shown, or you can select File, slide your cursor to Open or Restore Company, which brings you to the same selection box. Here you will select Convert an Accountant's Copy Transfer File. Click on Next. You will see from here that an overview of what was just presented is shown, the restrictions on both you and the field office as to what is allowed, what is not allowed before and after the dividing date. The following information box goes into that again, and you may, if you like, disable all that information by clicking on Do Not Display This Page or the previous one in the future. I won't do that just now, but once you're comfortable with the process, feel free to do so and avoid a few mouse clicks. After selecting Next again, you will see my desktop and the file I plan to use to demonstrate the process of this video tutorial. Select the file and either double-click or click Open. Once you do that, you must now provide a name to save your accountant working file, your .qba, and a location to save it. I'll keep the name as Harvest Plus Tutorial and save it to my desktop. You will see the program is working to complete the conversion from the .qbx to the .qba. When completed, we'll return to the tutorial. The process may take a few minutes depending on the size of the file. When completed, we'll return to the tutorial. This process may take several minutes depending on the size of the file. Once converted, you will see a screen that looks similar to the one shown here. The accountant copy with the dividing date is shown on the title bar, and you're able to review the file and make any changes to the file as long as they are dated on or before the dividing date. In this tutorial, we will not cover the elements of change that may be initiated. We'll leave that for another tutorial. What we do want to cover here is the procedure for taking the accountant working file and sending it back to the field office where they can upload the file and integrate the changes you've made to their company working file, their .qbw. So let's proceed. Assuming you've made your changes and are ready to send the file back to the field, select File, slide down the selection bar to Accountant's Copy, View Export Changes for Client. You will now see an information box titled View Export Changes for Client. All actions that you have taken on the file will be shown. While not covered in this tutorial, you will see that I have made a single journal entry just to demonstrate that there will likely be something in this information box. You may also type a message to the field office that they will see when they import your changes. Here I'll type a short message to demonstrate, but you will likely add more information than is shown here. When you're satisfied that you are ready to send the changes to the field, select Create Change File. Give it a name and place to save. Here again, I'll use my desktop. And the information box will almost immediately inform you that the process has been completed. You can now either upload this file to SharePoint for the field office to upload to their computer, or you can send the file directly by email or by some other means as you select. At this point, you can close the file and prepare for the next .qbx file to import. So that's it for this tutorial. We'll cover the process of review and changes in the accountant working file in a subsequent tutorial. Until then, bye for now.